guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, okay? Don't forget to share my videos, share them with your family, share them with your friends, share them with your coworkers, share them on social media. Let's just get this content out there, okay? All right, like I said, before we start, like the video, hit that thumbs up button, okay? It helps me out. It shows that you enjoy the content, all right? Now let's get right into it. These are 20 tips on how to take full advantage of your 20s, okay? I am in my last 2 years of my 20s. So, I literally have learned so much. I've grown so much. I've went through the quarter life crisis. I found myself. I have just grown so much since I turned 20, okay? So I wanted to share 20 tips with you guys from what I've learned and things that I think will really help you out and help you to live your 20s to the fullest, whether you're 21, 26, 28, 23. We can always learn and grow and just enjoy these last bits of our 20s before we hit the 30 club, okay? So let me start off by saying your 20s are vital years, okay? Not only is it your prime, you're super handsome, you're super gorgeous, your body's probably the best it's ever gonna look. You literally are so intelligent, you have so much stamina, you have so much potential. You just have like everything at your disposal. The world is literally your oyster. Not that it isn't after your 20s, but this is like prime time, okay? So you guys, if no one's told you before, in your 20s, you really need to be making things happen. You need to be thinking, you need to be getting your ducks in a row. You need to really be figuring things out. It's not really the time to kind of just play and make mistakes. Of course, you can make mistakes. You always can. There's always room for that. But you really want to be like focusing in on like building your life and what you think you want to see in the years to come, okay? So let's start with number one. Number one is obviously, heal. As you guys know, this YouTube channel is very focused on 3 core things. That's dating, traveling, and healing. I also have some lifestyle, some hauls, eating, healthy eating, things like that. But for the most part, it's healing, traveling, and dating, okay? You literally cannot go too far in life without healing. It's just a fact, okay? And I like to say do it sooner than later. A lot of times people wait until something really disturbs them or they have a huge meltdown or breakdown to actually start their healing process. They wait until they have a kid and they're going through postpartum and they're realizing, oh shit, I should have gotten these things out years ago. Or they wait until they're married and all these things are coming up and they're like, oh shit, I should have gotten this out years ago. Or they wait until they have this crazy career change and they start flipping out and depression arises and anxiety and they're like, oh shit, I should have dealt with this years ago. No, deal with it in your 20s, preferably your early 20s, okay? Make sure that if you can get a therapist and you can afford a therapist, that you do that, because a lot of times we think like, oh no, I've got it all under control. I know me personally, I've done a lot of self-work, but even still, I need someone to talk to, okay? I need someone to help me break it down, help me figure it out. I have went through a lot in my life and I just really don't want those things to carry into my 30s or motherhood or being a wife. You know what I mean? So we got to get all those things out now in our 20s. All right. Number 2, experiment, dabble. Figure out what it is that you really want, okay? I know a lot of people, they like to stick to one track. They try to not, lose focus. But honestly, in your 20s, when I'm not going to say everyone, this is their story or their life, but a lot of us in our 20s, we don't have children. We're not committed and locked down, right? So this is the perfect time for you to experiment, dibble, and dabble. Even if you do have kids, even if you are committed and married, you can experiment, dibble, and dabble. These are your prime years. You can figure out what works for you, what doesn't, what you're good at, what you're not, where you belong, where you fit most. What is it that you can really do to grow and expand your business or yourself or just whatever, experiment with things, dabble with things, get a certificate just because, take that trip, figure out if you like sewing. try and open a restaurant, whatever it may be, because those things, even if they don't work out, they teach you, okay, this works and this doesn't work. Can I build on this in my 30s? Should I invest in this in my 40s? Should I maybe do this and hire someone to do that? Experiment and dabbling is a good thing to do in your 20s, okay? Number 3, find a mentor. Oh my gosh, this should be number 1, okay? I literally live by my mentor, okay? My one mentor is my 7th grade English teacher. She's more of my lifestyle mentor. She knows pretty much everything about me inside and out. She knows all my family history. She knows my personality. She knows my capabilities. She knows my dating life. She pretty much knows everything, okay? Then I have an actual career focused mentor where we pretty much just focus on career things, okay? But a mentor is so important because we're in our 20s. We do not know everything as much as we would like to think we do. And as intelligent as we are, we really don't know as much as we think. So it's really good to have someone to guide you and just help you figure things out. 9 times out of 10, they've been there and done that. If it's a male mentor and you're a male and you can go to them for advice for maybe marriage or maybe friendships or maybe a business, they know as a male the dynamics of those things and the challenges and things that they went through, and they can really help you and save you some time and save you from making the same mistakes. Same with a female. You're inquiring about marriage, you're inquiring about motherhood, you're inquiring about maybe getting on your fitness journey and helping yourself become more comfortable with your look. She's been there, she's done that. She knows, she understands, she can help you to not make the same mistakes, she can make suggestions. And the best thing about a mentor is you have to choose them wisely as well, because if you have somebody on your team that genuinely wants nothing but great things for you, let me tell you, your life is just going to go up. Like, having a mentor is such an asset. I know my mentor really has the best intentions for me, and there's so many times that, like, I'm a very self-motivated and driven person, but there's so many times where I may have like putting certain things on a back burner, and then I tell my mentor and she's like, no, you need to go take care of that now. You need to go do that now. Like, you need to set that up now. And I'm like, dang, without her and that extra push and confirmation, sometimes I feel like maybe I wouldn't have done certain things the way I did or as soon as I did. So I'm very grateful for that, okay? Number 4, read and educate yourself. This is so important, guys. You never stop learning. My grandmother is 94. She'll be 95 in May. She literally still reads the newspaper every single day. She has books all over the house. And I remember when we were younger, how she instilled like education and reading into us. And I used to hate it at first, but now I realize how important it is. Number 1, you only get one brain, and in order to keep it as healthy as possible, you need to constantly stimulate it. Reading, learning, researching, that all helps to stimulate your mind. It doesn't even have to come in the form of reading. You can research things. You can, you carry this computer in your hand every day, your cell phone. You can literally get on YouTube. You can watch random videos, how women in the Amazon are birthing children, how to start an LLC, the most interesting foods in Thailand. Just learn. Gather as much knowledge as possible, whether that means actually going to get a degree, whether that means just reading 3 books a month. Just always be open to educate yourself and learn, because that's really how we grow, okay? Number 5, save, okay? Honestly, right now, we live in this generation where everyone's trying to stunt. Everyone wants to one up the next person. Everybody's in designer. Designer is like the new Old Navy. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has it. And granted, that's fine. A life of luxury is what you deserve, especially if you work hard for it. However, I feel like there are a lot of people that aren't necessarily living the lifestyle that allows them to make these purchases. And so a lot of people are living beyond their means and therefore not saving any money, which is really going to bite them in the butt. Not only do you need a savings account to fall back on, but you also should just have money saved. I'm going to save some money, okay? I really don't like splurging. I don't like the feeling of just wasting money. All those subscriptions and things that people have that they barely use, all those warranties that people get that just don't make sense. I mean, hell, sometimes I'm like, why the hell am I even paying car insurance? You know what I mean? But yeah, cut back on those bills, cut back on those subscriptions, save, save, save. Trust me, do your research. There's so many times like where I was, about to buy one thing just because it was there. It was quick, easy, convenient. But then I'm like, no, let me hold off. Let me look somewhere else. Let me really dig into this. Then I'm like, damn, another option, $50 cheaper, $300 cheaper. Save your money, guys. You're gonna thank yourself in the long run. Number 6, take care of your body, okay? A lot of us seem to think that you can do whatever, and then when you're ready to bounce back, you can bounce back. And to a certain extent, that's true. But we only get one body. We only get one set of eyes, one set of arms, one pair of teeth. This is our body. This is our skin. These are our extremities. We don't get to really play with that, right? Your organs, they're affected greatly by your eating habits and your choices. If you want to smoke from the time that you're 13 until you're 20, realize there's going to be a consequence for that later on in life. If you want to eat McDonald's every single day for 3 years, realize there's going to be a consequence for that later on in life. Get out, exercise, eat healthy, drink plenty of water, cut back on the smoking, cut back on the vaping and the hookah. I mean, just really realize that this is the same body that you're going to be in for potentially the next 70 to 80 years, okay? Because I want all of us to live a long, healthy life to see 100 and beyond, okay? All right, so number 7, make calculated decisions. This is huge. Let me give you guys a little story time. So I had this one friend, and I felt like I've always been like a very responsible, very like intentional type of person, right? Sometimes I guess it can annoy people, especially being that I'm so young, but I really like to make calculated decisions. I'm not going to do things that I don't want to do. I'm not going to do things I don't feel comfortable doing. And I'm damn sure not going to do things that I realize will jeopardize anything for me, whether that be my job, my future, my money, whatever, right? And so I had this friend that was just like, I don't even know what her problem was, but she just had an issue with me like making my own calculated decisions. It was always like, oh, well, you're overthinking, or oh, you're too uptight, or oh, just do this and that. And then I'd be like, do you really want the best from me? Because you're literally trying to convince me to do some pretty off things that are definitely not going to align with my purpose or my integrity and my morals. You know what I mean? And it's fine if you want to do that. But for me, I'm just not going to be doing just anything just because I'm young and be like, oh, well, I can fix that later. Because some things you can't, Sometimes the people that you hang out with are going to get you into great trouble that's going to stay on your record forever. Sometimes your bad decisions for one night are really going to mess you up. Sometimes just stopping and, researching and looking into things and asking questions can just really help you not make bad decisions, okay? So breathe, take a second, think about it, think about how it's going to affect you, think about if it's going to benefit you, and then make the decision, okay? Because we're young enough to make mistakes, but we're way too old to just be making any type of choices and decisions with our life right now. We're full-blown adults, okay? All right, number 8, tend to your friendships. These people will be in your life forever, okay? And I know a lot of people don't agree with that. A lot of people are like, forever? Oh no, people come into your life for a season and a reason. And that's very true. But at the same time, I think once you hit a certain age, if you are truly tending to these relationships and you're truly giving it your all, you're making sure you show up for your friends, you're making sure you're supportive, you're making sure you're giving people their flowers while they're here, you're making time to hang out with them. I think that most friendships can last from your 20s for a lifetime. That's if you're doing what I just said. That's if it's mutual. Because don't get me wrong, I feel like every year I'm kind of tweaking my circle. Maybe not every year, maybe every 2 or 3 years, but I'm definitely, tweaking it because I'm realizing, hey, I'm gonna need bridesmaids one day. If you haven't shown up for me in the past 6 years, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Or hey, my guy friends, I'm looking and seeing that all 10 of them are doing this and that, but you're the only one that doesn't clap when I have a new accomplishment occur, or you're the only one that I only hear from when you need to borrow money, or you're the only one that just always has an excuse when I invite you somewhere. Those are the types of things that you want to pay attention to. But like I'm saying, if you are realizing that you're that person, start tending to those friendships, because guess what? Family's amazing, but at the end of the day, your friends are really going to help get you through some tough situations. They're going to be the ones to celebrate with you in the best of times. They're going to be your kids' godparents. They're going to be your groomsmen. They're going to be your bridesmaids. They're going to be the ones you do girls trips and guys trips with. They really going to be your rock going into motherhood, fatherhood, and just life. So tend to those friendships. I know nowadays friendship really doesn't mean much to people, but it should, because they're very valuable. Okay. Number 9, invest. Now, this is something that I haven't really started doing just because I'm the type, I like to do my own research. I have a lot of friends that are investing on different levels in different ways, but I'd like to do my own research before I just jump into that. So that's something I'm in the process of doing. However, I do understand the importance of investments and how, money that's invested can really take you a long way, not just for tomorrow, but for your children's future and beyond that. So definitely look into investing if you haven't already. Okay. Number 10, travel, travel, travel. Can't say that enough. You guys know how much I love to travel. I love to explore the world. I love to meet new people. I love to taste new food. I like to learn about indigenous cultures. I just love leaving my comfort zone and just really seeing what else the world has to offer. I think it's a very sad thing when people choose to just stay where they were born, in the same city, in the same state, in the same neighborhood, and they never go as far as to even see what else is in the US, let alone the world. So much to see, so much to do, so much to learn, so much beauty. And I truly believe it's a blessing to be able to see all those things. I'm always very grateful to be able to have the opportunity to travel. And I think if you guys do have that opportunity as well, you should take full advantage of it, especially in your 20s when you don't really have too many things weighing you down and you can kind of just get up and go, find those cheap flights, find those cheap hotels, and just really explore. So yeah, travel. Number 11, work hard. Oh my gosh, guys. I was literally watching a show with my grandmother yesterday, and the lady was saying how her son is a millennial, and he literally told her and her husband, oh yeah, my dream job is to work 4 hours a day. And she goes, oh, okay, well, good luck with that, because she's an attorney, and clearly, as an attorney, you have late nights and early mornings. You're studying and studying and studying. You're practicing. You're reading. You're filling out paperwork. And 9 times out of 10, if you have any type of profession, whether you are a businessman, an entrepreneur, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it may be, that requires a lot of your time. I didn't learn until recently how much time doctors and surgeons spend on the clock. Even off the clock, they're always researching to better themselves and perfect their craft. And honestly, I am all for hard work. I might make a video on like hustle culture and my unpopular opinion, because nowadays we're all about self-care, we're all about mental health, and I get it. But me, I'm a hustling somebody, okay? I started working when I was 15, I believe, 15 or 16. And I had like 3 jobs. I would have 2 jobs at school, 1 job at home. I mean, I would go into one job at like 7, work until 4, get off, go to my next job from 5, go work until 11, get off, like do that all over again. Even now, I put in a lot of hours at work. I do a lot of overtime. I'm just all about my money, okay? Maybe I've had to be independent all my life, and so I just got to a point where I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna get this money by any means necessary, right? But either way, whatever it is, I think that we kind of have to get out of this lazy mindset. I hate to call it lazy, but that's literally what it is. We have to get out of this mindset where we think that things are supposed to be handed to us. We have these entitlement issues. Even she was saying how her son had graduated from college, and he was basically saying that he was basically saying that, you know, he was ready for his career to take off, and he was saying like, hey mom, well, how does this happen, or when do I get to that point? And she was saying like, you got to make that happen, you know what I mean? And I remember coming out of undergrad, and I had that mentality. I gotta make it happen. I had started applying to jobs way before I had graduated. I had found my own internship. I was really trying to like put myself out there. I was networking, and I remember having a friend that was in the same major as me, and she literally was like, you know, we're beautiful girls. We're gonna find a job just off of our beauty. You know, beauty just goes such a long way, and like, you know, we'll be good. And I just thought like, you don't really believe that, do you? Like, things come from hard work. You literally don't have anything handed to you. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people have parents in high places and they just, boom, get it. You know, some people have family. Some people are just lucky. But I've always said I'm not lucky, but I am blessed, right? So putting in that hard work in your 20s is critical, okay? It's vital. These are really our youthful years, right? Don't waste your 20s chilling. Don't waste your 20s trying to figure it out. Don't waste your 20s being lazy, because you're going to regret it in your 30s. Take the time in your 20s to go get that second degree, go get that third degree, start that business, you know, whatever it may be. Just please, please, please learn to work hard, put in those overtime hours, whatever it may be. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna thank yourself at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60. Get it in. Hustle mode. Okay? Now, next is going to be find balance. Okay? This was something that I feel like I'm really good at, but I had to realize, okay, you definitely got to do this, because girl, you be putting a lot into one thing and then you be having just one little ounce to give to the next. Okay? So finding balance is about being able to give a portion of yourself to everything in your life that requires you, your time and your energy and your effort, but without overextending yourself and without giving too much to just one area, right? So for me, perfect example I'll give to you: when I was in school completing my master's, I was literally working. I was working overtime. I was tending to my grandmother. I was going to school for, I'm not even going to say how many hours a week, doing homework for God knows how many hours a week, studying for God knows how many hours a week. At the same time, I had to have a social life. That was a priority to me. At the same time, I had to find time to clean my house, to meal prep, to just do any errands and things that I had to do, keep myself up, get my hair done, get my nails done, whatever. So, and then even dating played a part at some point, right? So with all that on my plate, I kind of had to be like, okay, we got to balance this, because if we give too much to the self-care, that takes away from time that we could be studying. If we give too much to studying and work, that means no social life. If we don't give enough to grandma, that means we're neglecting her, you know? So it was like, all right, we got to find balance, right? And I think a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of my friends compliment me on how well I do balance everything and I make it look easy. But I think it's because I'm very strategic and I'm very organized. I will literally take a whole Sunday to meal prep, clean my house from top to bottom, get my mind right, do some self-care, a face mask, whatever it may be. Maybe Saturday, that'll be my socializing day. Maybe I'll do brunch with a friend and then go see one of the guys that I'm talking to. Or maybe I will take Friday and work really hard, go to a class, and then go see my grandmother, right? So that was how I did it. That was how I found balance in all of that. And even now that I'm out of school, I'm still balancing a lot. And this will continue throughout the rest of my life, right? So find balance. It'll really help you to just eliminate a lot of that stress that we tend to gain because we got so much on our plate. Number 13 is going to be focus. Focus. Okay, guys? Like I said, this goes back into working hard. You got to know what you want. You got to dream it. You got to write it down. You got to believe it. You got to pray on it. You got to manifest it. But that takes your focus. That takes your dedication. That takes your discipline. You cannot just be out here, giving a little today and then coming back next month and then giving some more when you feel like it and then coming back next month. Focus on that goal. There was a meme that said you knew this wasn't going to be easy. Stick to the plan, okay? Focus. Life is not easy. Things don't get handed to you. Focus on what you want. Number 14, be adventurous, okay? Like I said, you guys, I'm a type A person. I'm very structured. I would say maybe I could have been uptight at some point in my life. Some people might say I'm still uptight now, but I have found my adventure. So I will say that now at 28, I do tend to be a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more adventurous, to where as though I can jump up and say, hey, this does sound fun, or maybe even if we didn't plan this, we can add this in, or let me add this to a part of my trip that's just a little bit more adventurous than what I would usually do. And I find that to be very fun. It's kind of like therapeutic, you don't know the outcome. You didn't necessarily plan it, but it's super adventurous and thrilling, and it usually has a positive outcome, okay? As long as it's not anything dangerous. Number 15, learn to love being in your own company. Oh my gosh, this is so important. This is so important, I think, more so for women than men, just because women, we have this thing where it's like we feel like we always need someone, or we enjoy the company of a man. We enjoy being in a relationship. We enjoy being up under someone or in someone's presence, sometimes even if it's just a friend. But I think that enjoying your own company is so important. This is important for men and women. You literally do come onto this earth alone, and you do leave alone. And as harsh and sad as that sounds, I think that we do have to learn to genuinely enjoy being with ourselves while we're here as well, Now, that doesn't mean isolate yourself. That doesn't mean become an introvert. That doesn't mean not have a social life. But in those moments where none of your friends are available, are you just not going to go out to eat? In those moments that someone cancels on your date, are you just not going to go to that bar that you were super excited about, that you made reservations for? In the event that you can't find anyone to travel with you, you're never going to go anywhere. Remember, you always wanted to go to Thailand. You're just not going to go anymore. You have to feel comfortable enough in your own presence that you can't possibly be disturbed when other people can't make it, or they can't hang out, or they can't join you. Go to the mall alone, go out to eat alone, travel alone, sit in the house alone, listen to your music, clean up, have some wine, laugh, watch TV, whatever it may be. But genuinely get comfortable being in your own company, because if not, you got a long life to live where you might be disappointed for a few periods in time where you may very well be alone. Okay, so get comfortable with that. Number 16, embrace your youth and your beauty. This is something that I learned kind of looking at feminine journey videos on YouTube and getting in touch with your femininity. And I feel like I was always the type, I'm not a super girly girl, but I'm not a tomboy, but I'm very, very comfortable in my natural look And so that means I don't really like get fake nails. Sometimes I don't get my nails done often. A lot of times my hairstyles are just all natural. I don't wear makeup. And I think sometimes that worked to my detriment, because my go-to outfit for the longest time was like sweatpants and a tee, a hoodie and some leggings, like literally nothing spicing it up. Not no lip gloss, not no mascara, not earrings, not anything. Like it was just like very basic. And then I had to realize, like, this is your prime. This is when you're going to be most beautiful. This is when your skin is glowing, your hair is most luscious. Spice up those outfits. Wear something cute. If you don't want to be a girly girl, get dressed maybe 3 times out of a 7-day week, and then you can go back to your hoodies and sweats. You don't have to change up your style or your look, but honestly, beauty doesn't last forever and looks fade. And while you have them and you're in your prime, you should definitely utilize them to your advantage. You should definitely, put yourself together, want to feel pretty, want to make yourself look nice. And I do believe that when you look good, you feel good. So ladies, remember that, and men, remember that as well. And this even goes into like, exercising and your physical image. If you genuinely don't like that gut, get that together. If you genuinely want 6-pack abs, get that together. If you want your hair to be longer and healthier, get that together. If you want your skin to be clearer, get that together, right? There's so many different ways that you can do these things for cheap. And even your wardrobe, so many places that have like big online sales, or even these boutiques now like AliExpress, Shein, whatever. They literally have so many cheap, cute outfits. You don't even have to spend that much, and you can totally redo your wardrobe. So yeah, look into that, okay? Next, we have stop saying yes when you want to say no. This was huge on my list. I was. Now I'm working on that. We're growing, we're setting boundaries. But I was such a people pleaser at one point in my life, to where as though if you asked me anything, I would be like, yep. Not ever checking my schedule, not ever feeling like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to be tired after that 15-hour shift. Do I really want to go to that birthday party? Or dang, that's my only day to sleep in. Do I really want to go to that baby shower? Or she hasn't shown up for my last 3 events. Should I really go to her 5th event with this gift? And it was like, you know what? No, I have to stop putting everyone before me. I have to stop saying yes when I want to say no. And it didn't even always come down to like showing up for people. Sometimes it was just things, your boss is calling you. Do you want to take this extra shift? No, I don't. Do you want to present to this class? No, I don't. Do you want to take this hosting opportunity? No, I don't. So yeah, learn to say no when you really mean no. Stop saying yes when you want to say no. Number 18, date multiple individuals, okay? So you knew I was going to throw in something about dating. One thing that I used to have an issue with when I was younger, or even when I'm super busy, like when I was in school, I could not date more than one person at once. I would catch feelings too easily, or I would not have enough time to entertain multiple people, and I would just be all about this one person. Then halfway through, I will realize this one person is literally dealing with 7 other people. And here I am sitting here looking stupid, falling in love, head over heels, sad that I haven't heard from you in a week. And whole time, you're doing you. So all my friends in my dating journey, because dating for me is just so crazy. So they've all been like, you really need to start dating multiple people at once. And I was like, really? Like, you think so? That's so much? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, because this same person that you're crying about every week, when he's acting up, you have this other one. And this same one that isn't sure about what he wants and he's kind of playing games, you got this one. And this one is super busy because he's running 3 businesses and can't ever really see you. You got this one. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try that. And honestly, I think that it really is a good thing to do. I think I'm all about like weighing your options. Like, I feel like if you genuinely do want to be married and you want to be committed to one person, you should definitely see what's out there before you commit to one person. You want to see who you're most compatible with. You want to see who you really enjoy being in their company. You want to see how people act when you say no, or when they're frustrated, or when they had a stressful week. It's not all about looks either. You want to see, okay, well, is this really attractive woman or man someone that I could see myself really being with? Or are they self-motivated, and am I going to be coming behind them every week trying to push them to go do better? Can they be alone? Are they going to be super clingy? Do they only want sex? What is it about these people that draw you to them? Get to know different people, get to see their different personalities. Sometimes it may not even end in a relationship. Sometimes it'll end in a really strong, really healthy friendship, right? So really just weigh your options, get to know different people, see what's out there before you really keep like settling and committing and just becoming upset and attached to people that maybe don't even want anything from you or even want to be with you. Okay. Number 19, watch the company that you keep. Okay, I think I touched on this earlier when I was talking about making calculated decisions. Honestly, I've seen so many people go down the wrong route because of the things they got influenced by, the things they started dabbling in, and the people in the crowd that they hung out with. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about accountability, right? You're a grown person. You, at the end of the day, make the decision for yourself. So no matter who you hang out with, no matter what you're influenced by, if you are a strong-willed person, you'll be able to break out of that, and you'll be able to say, hey, no, this isn't for me. I don't want to go down this route. But I've literally watched people who had so much potential, so much talent, so intelligent, just literally take a change for the worse and haven't been able to pull themselves out since. Hopefully they will be able to in the future, but I've seen that happen way too many times. And honestly, I think it just comes down to, who you're hanging with sometimes. If you're in a circle and everyone is just hustling, getting to that money, the only thing y'all really talk about is investing, your next move, how you can help out others, what you can do for each other, positive things, your next move, traveling, whatever it may be. Those type of circles are going to inspire you. Those type of circles are going to uplift you. Everyone is on a positive vibe. Everyone is elevating. If you're hanging around people that are talking about other people all the time, they're unhappy, they're depressed, they can't pull themselves out of this victim mentality. They're always talking about how bad life is and what happened to them and whatever may be. That's going to end up being your reality as well. So you really want to surround yourself around people that are going where you want to go or are where you are, okay? And last but not least, have fun. Okay, these are your 20s. As much as I said work hard, as much as I said be deliberate, focused, really go out there and make the best of your 20s, have fun too, okay? Our 20s do not ever come back. And honestly, this is, in my opinion, I've never been 30 and 40 and 50 and so on, but in my opinion, this is the best time of your life, okay? I really feel like your 20s are unmatched. I feel like you have your wildest moments, your most fun, your most memorable, just really great, crazy, awesome experiences in your 20s. And you should definitely live them to the fullest. At 28, I can honestly say like my 20s have been great. And I'm looking forward to these last, now I have 1 year. And so, yeah. Have fun, guys. That's the end of that. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like this video. Hit that thumbs up sign, subscribe, and comment below. See you guys next time.